When it comes to the legacy of the Dark Knight, no one stands closer to the mantle than Dick Grayson. But what makes him the perfect successor to Batman? Dick Grayson has been by Batman's side since day one. And in all full-on glory and all full-on spectacles, it's his unmatched understanding of Gotham's criminal underworld, his proven leadership as Nightwing, or the way that he balances the compassion with the relentless pursuit of justice. In this video, we're just basically going to be talking about his journey from Batman to Robin and why I fully believe that Dick honors the legacy of Bruce Wayne while adding his own unique touch to the mantle, and why he would be the perfect person out of the entirety of the Bat family to take up the mantle after Bruce has inevitably left the Batman persona behind and he's either gotten too old or just isn't able to do it anymore. Dick Grayson was raised by Bruce Wayne and shares his mentor's deep commitment to justice and protecting Gotham. He embodies the exact same moral code and principles that define Batman. And that is one of the main reasons that I honestly fully believe that he is the perfect successor. Like, he was the first person to be raised by Batman. He has had the most time, he has had the most training, and he has had the most growth from his start as a Robin and his entire journey as a young kid that has just lost his parents in the same way that Bruce kind of lost his at a very young age. Obviously, very different ways instead, like in terms of how they died, but the fact that they both died, they now having to be raised on, specifically on Dick's end, by Bruce Wayne, somebody who already knew what to experience and knew what the loss of your family would do to you, and was able to grow, was able to rise up and get to the point where Dick Grayson is now one of the most popular characters in comics, right under Batman. Dick Grayson is so well known due to the fact of him being able to embody his own character, but still know that he is a part of that Bat family. They still know that he still embodies all of those morals that Batman has imbued onto him, and he still understands what to do and how to do things correctly. But unlike Bruce, Dick's experience as the former circus performer and his more optimistic look on life gives him a more unique perspective in terms of Batman. He brings a level of compassion and empathy and components that Batman's persona just doesn't have. His entire ability to balance the darkness with the empathy that has shown him to be able to connect with people in ways that Bruce just could never is quite honestly one of the best reasons and examples of why he would be a perfect successor, because of the fact that he would be different. If you want to have somebody else take the Batman role, you can't just have them be Batman exactly. They gotta have at least some differences. That's what the perfect mantle is. When we talk about things like Captain America, from Steve Rogers passing it down to people like Bucky Barnes or people like Sam Wilson, they gotta have some differences and some differentiation between the first person that held the mantle to the second person that held the mantle. There has to be at least a full-on thing that makes you know that these aren't the same people, but they still convey the exact same message. And that's exactly what Dick would be able to do. He would be able to still give that entire fear that Batman gives, but actively be able to show an entire new perspective that gets people to know that this isn't the same person, but he still is this exact same figure that we've always had and that we'll always need. As Nightwing, Dick has been able to prove himself as a capable leader, not just in Gotham, but also with the Teen Titans and some other superhero teams. I literally just made a video talking about the time that Dick Grayson had actively led the Justice League when people like Bruce Wayne, like people like Superman, people like Diana, people like all of the top tier Justice League members were assumably gone, and they had to create an entire new league, and Dick Grayson was at the helm. His proven leadership as Nightwing and his proven leadership as somebody not attached to the Batman name is probably one of the main reasons that he deserved the chance to become a top level figure in terms of not being behind somebody's mask, not being always tied to somebody like Bruce Wayne's Batman. Him being able to be as good as a leader, or even sometimes honestly better as a leader than somebody like Batman, shows him why he's well better than any of the other Robins when it comes to being the perfect successor for somebody like Batman. Now, having grown up in Gotham and fight crime alongside Batman for years, Dick knows the city's criminal underworld as well, or even sometimes more than Bruce does. It shows his intimate knowledge of Gotham's streets, its people, and the challenges that makes him the ideal protector in Bruce's absences. His entire full-on way that he has been around Bruce since Bruce was still young, still learning how to be the correct Batman, and has watched Bruce grow, change, see exactly what works for Bruce and what doesn't work for Bruce, see exactly what has been going on with Gotham for longer than any other person besides Bruce. He knows exactly what he would have to do. He knows exactly how he would have to do it, and he knows exactly where his entire motivations would have to be held for him to be able to truly be the best Batman that he could possibly be. While Dick is such a character like this, he's also the true heart of the Bat family, maintaining strong bonds with all of the other Bat family members like Barbara Gordon, Tim Drake, Damian Wayne, Jason Todd, and any of the other Bat family members that have been added throughout their entire existence. I made a video just about a week ago talking about why he is the heart and soul of the Bat family. He is one of the pieces that is quite literally the glue that holds everything together. When it comes to people like Alfred, yes, he has basically the exact same job, but Alfred isn't in the fields with them. Dick has been in the field longer than any of them, and they all understand that if Batman is gone, or even if Batman's still there, Dick is the person that you usually want to go talk to because he has the most compassion comparatively to anybody else that actively dons a suit. He has quips, he has humor, he has this actual persona that gets people to actively like him, and has this trustworthy persona around him. The entirety of the Bat family understands that Dick is this person that they should truly understand and respect. And if we're really talking, Dick has already donned the cape and cowl in Bruce's absences, notably taking Bruce's active Batman persona during the Battle for the Cowl and the Batman Reborn comic arcs. His tenure as Batman was marked by success, showing him to be more than capable of filling the role. We have literally seen, specifically in something like Battle for the Cowl, where the people and like all of the Robins, specifically all the Bat family members, are trying to figure out, now that Bruce is gone, who should take up the role as Batman. People like Jason Todd, Dick Grayson, and a couple others, trying to take that full-on helm of Batman for themselves. But Dick Grayson, at the end, is inevitably the one to take that belt and take the mantle of Batman for himself, ending up with Damian Wayne as his Robin. The fact that he has already been able to take on the role of Batman and to have everybody know and respect that he is the correct choice just further proves and satisfies my point that he would be the perfect person to take over Batman's mantle. He has already taken it before, and he has done a good job. He has the best leadership abilities out of anybody else, and he would be the only other person that could possibly even take Batman's mantle without causing an entire ruckus, without completely just having to spend some time figuring out exactly what to do, how to change things, and how to reorganize every single event to make it make sense for him. Now, the other thing that I would like to talk about, the fact that while Dick represents Bruce and continues Bruce's legacy, he brings his own style to the role. A lighter, more approachable, yet still formidable approach. He would be able to honor Batman's legacy while making the role uniquely his. I was talking about this earlier. The fact that he needs to be able to differentiate himself from just being Bruce's active copy. And that's exactly what he would be able to do. Dick and Bruce have absolute different views on how to do a good few things, and Nightwing being able to take that role and take it to the way that he knows and shouldn't actively wants it to be taken, would honestly probably elevate the Batman mantle even more, due to the fact of him being able to actively have a different approach to heroes and villains, but still be able to take and blend the identity of Batman's legacy, which with also all of the things that he has in his own identity. It wouldn't be him just falling forward and just falling into the role of Batman and just being taken over by the darkness. He wouldn't be doing that. He has already had to deal with that darkness for his entire life, and he's been able to blend it so perfectly well already. So it wouldn't be a problem for him having to balance his humanity with the Batman's persona. Dick's ability to maintain his humanity and personal connections even while being Batman would be the one thing that would be able to set him apart so much. He could be the Dark Knight without losing touch of who he is as Dick Grayson, without losing the funness that he has, without losing the full-on nature of him. He would be able to balance everything so much better than Bruce is able to. Maybe balancing his relationship with somebody like Barbara Gordon, his relationship with actively being able to still be an actual human being without actively just losing sense of who he is as a person. I made an argument a while back about the fact that Bruce is the mask and Batman is the actual person, and while a lot of you don't agree with that, at good points in times in the comics, that's what Bruce believes. He has had full-on things in his own comics where he tries to be Batman full-time 100%, not even caring about when he's accused for some murder or whatever. He is only Batman 100% of the time. He is there, right there. And I've made a couple arguments on that specific point, in fact, but even if you guys don't believe or don't agree with me saying that he is, like, Batman is the real him, he at point does believe that. And he has been Batman for so long up to this point that it would make a lot more sense to do and have to deal with a lot of different things. So please, go down in the comments and tell me if you guys actively think anybody else would be better. And don't go out and say Tim Drake or anything else like that, because you know we both know you would be lying. So please tell me what you guys think, and tell me if you think that Dick Grayson would be Batman's perfect successor, or if you have somebody else in mind. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you guys can get caught up with all the latest videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.